Amigos de Bit 100.9, en estos momentos su servidor Andrés se encuentra con la leyenda, la nueva escuela Maupi. Man, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Very fine, thank you so much. It has been a crazy year for Maupi since you play a back-to-back with Diplo in Coachella. Now you play on the main stage of Kinect Field on EDC Las Vegas, and you had a crazy after party with Summit and Sara Landry. How do you feel about all
Yeah.
these events?
They were really exciting and also really hectic. Like the stuff with John Summit and Sarah Landry wasn't planned at all. So like all of these things just sort of happened. And also the back-to-back with Diplo was also very last minute. So a lot of things really feel like a roller coaster that's just going in loopings all the time. But I'm having a lot of fun. So yeah.
That's so cool. Since you released Drugs from Amsterdam, did you expect that track to blow up like the way it did?
No, absolutely not. And also, I really did not want it to become a hit actually because I wanted to be more underground and because the stuff I was doing before was more commercial, I think. And then, the first song I do with the Maupi project is just the biggest song that I've ever done. So, yeah, it was totally not what I expected, but I'm very grateful that it did what it did.
Since we heard the Drugs from Amsterdam, Give Me That Bounce, and now with On Again, I think Mel P is it's part of the new school of new artists that are changing the scene on the electric music. Now, for your first
Mhm.
festival, how do you feel?
My what? My
Your
first?
first festival, yeah, that after Drugs from Amsterdam came out and it was a big boom, and they told you, you know what, we want you in the festival. What was your reaction?
It was funny because after Drugs from Amsterdam, no one really knew what Maupi was or like who I was and what like on what kind of lineups I wanted to be. So there were a lot of festivals that wanted to book me with like really crazy other genres and other artists that totally didn't match what I wanted to do. So we had to say no to a lot of festivals, but at the same
Really?
time it was really an honor to even, be asked to be on the lineup with all those amazing artists. But the first couple of festivals I played, it was just really cool to see everybody sing along to like the vocals of Drugs from Amsterdam and even the melody, like the
Yeah.
like everybody singing that together was just really crazy.
Yeah, everyone was doing a remix of Drugs from Amsterdam in
Yeah,
commercial drum and bass
so many
versus
remixes.
the techno. It was so cool. Now, your funniest
Yeah.
moment in the past 6 months.
Oof. That's a really hard one, but I think there was actually just someone that made a TikTok that was really mad at me that I wasn't dancing on stage with John Summit at the after party at EDC because she was saying that I had no stage presence and no energy, and John Summit was dancing. But she watched the video where I was mixing, and he just mixed a song. He was jumping, and I was like tired and really focused and trying to do the work. So
And you're
yeah,
like, come on, I was mixing, I was focused, I was tired. And she was like, why are you not
yeah,
dancing?
yep.
Now, with this last track that you released on again, it was a huge collaboration, and you said that it was supposed for you to be a collaboration with the biggest artist, but at the end, your vocal was the soul on the track. What was the inspiration behind the track?
The inspiration behind the track, I think, was first I was doing a remix for Chris Lake,
Okay.
and then um, I never really figured out how to do it, or like I couldn't. Sometimes you're just working on a song and you just don't know where to go with it. And that was the case with this remix. But there was a really cool element in the song, which was, I think, the bass line.
Hmm.
And I just the bass line and started to, create like an original song out of that remix. And then I ended up with the vocal, and then I started doing the vocal like higher and lower, like an octave. And then from there, I knew that I sort of had the base for the song, and I started working from there. But there was no real like inspiration, like Drugs from Amsterdam was of course inspired by the city and by, the culture and everything, but
Yeah.
this song was more about trying to make a song that just sounds really nice in your ears, and that's what I tried to do.
And I have to let you know that the official video, it's just amazing.
Thank you.
Man, now we have
Thank you
to
so
ask,
much.
your favorite sport is golf?
No, I suck at golf actually, but before I was a DJ, I used to work at a golf course
Okay.
because I had to drive the cart and pick up all the balls on the driving range, but I never learned how to actually do the swing and everything, so I suck.
What's your favorite sport if you have to pick one?
I used to play soccer.
Okay, soccer, nice.
Yeah.
Now we
Yeah.
have a big question, and I think everyone on our side is just expecting that. When can we expect the drop of the mouthpiece skincare perfect skin on the
Yeah.
nearest supermarket?
Actually, it's a funny story because we made those bottles, but then we ended up putting tequila in it. So we we brought them to Coachella and we had the bottle and we just gave everyone on stage like a little pump in
Yeah.
their mouth. And even like Diplo didn't know what it was until I like gave him the tequila.
Yeah.
So we never ended up making an actual product that's good for your skin, but I hope maybe the tequila also is good for your skin. So yeah, maybe I
That's
should
the
just start a
secret
tequila
sauce.
brand.
If anyone want to
Yeah.
know the secret sauce for your perfect skincare, it's just tequila.
Tequila.
Now, what was your reaction when they told you that you were playing on the main stage on EDC Las Vegas this year?
That was really a shock for me because the year before I did Stereo Bloom, which is a smaller stage, which is more for like house artists. And I think the typical way to do it is to go from Stereo Bloom to like Circuit Grounds and then maybe to the main stage to Kinetic Field. But the relationship I have with Insomniac and like releasing music there, like Give Me That Bounce was released there and now On Again. The relationship is really cool and strong. So I think they just really believed I could do it on the main stage. So I'm happy they have the trust and the show was amazing. So yeah.
Your session was just perfect from my point of view. It was just dancing all the time, these breaks
Were
and
you there?
no, I was watching the streaming, but one of the teammates,
Oh, the stream.
yeah, one
Yeah,
of
yeah, nice.
our teammates was there, and they were like, "Man, Maupi was killing the stage."
Thank you, man.
Now, if you had to choose to do a back-to-back with any artist, which one would you pick?
I really like Honey Dijon
Wow,
and uh,
yeah,
and Carl Cox, and I played together with Green Velvet. Actually, that was also really cool. Who else? Who else? Who else? I love Maceo Plex
that's
also.
yeah.
Yeah. So
And
those
now,
are, I think,
from playing to
bucket
do
list.
an actual track, which one would you pick? Because it's totally different worlds when you play with one artist and when you make a production with another one.
Like music wise, I really like Maceo Plex the most, I think.
So Flex, that's a nice
Yeah.
choice. Now, what was the best advice that helped your career?
I think the best advice was to not try to be like other artists and try to do it the way that they did it, but really make a sort of path or route for yourself and just believe in that path and try to get others to follow you instead of like you following others. Because when I started making music, all I wanted to do is sound like Swedish House Mafia, for example. And I just remade their songs to learn, but I ended up uh, always making songs in a way that I knew already worked, but I would never make a song and take a risk and be like, no one ever did this before. Let's see if it works. And that's what I did with Drugs from Amsterdam for the first time, I think. And then, you can see what happened. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
that's the
was a
best
huge
advice.
one. Yeah. Now, what's coming for Melp during this year? We know that you have a surprise from Miami today, but in the rest of the year,
Yeah.
which what can we expect from you?
I'm working really hard to start my own label, because there are so many really cool DJs and artists that send me music, that they haven't found a label for yet. And then I play the songs, and a lot of people ask me about the songs, and I wish I could just give back to the community and be like, hey, there's this really cool artist that I found, and here's his song on my label, and I can support it and give them all the all the stuff that they need to like promote the music. So that's what we're trying to do. I'm also really trying to do a clothing line for Baddest Behavior, which is the events that I'm hosting. And we're going to do more of those events as well this year. And of course, I'm working on a lot of new music and trying to schedule those songs. And there's a lot of stuff that I play live now that isn't released yet, and we're just trying to see what the best uh, schedule is for that. And also, there's a lot of edits, of course, that I always do of like famous songs, but then we have to see if the original creators of that songs to put it out, which is always a hassle. But those are mainly the things I'm busy with right now.
That's so cool. We cross fingers to have baddest behavior here in Mexico. Maybe an
I
event
hope
or
so.
headline. It would be just crazy. We can wait to be hearing your music
Yeah,
live. And we have the last question. And it's more like a request than a question. Like, if you come to Mexico, we want to be your assistant, like EDC this weekend. What was the idea of
you?
making an assistant?
What was the idea?
Yeah, what was the idea behind like let's just hire some
Uh,
people, just have
yeah, I don't
fun.
know. It was just something funny because we had those EDC wristbands, and then we were like, what if we also tried to find someone that can just, help around and be with us? But it was so busy, and there were so many people that we ended up like not getting anyone dedicated. So we might have to do it for Mexico.
Yeah, we cross fingers. Even you got a tattoo, right?
Sorry?
You got tattooed also this last weekend, right?
Yes, I did. Wait, right here. Is it?
Nice.
Let me show you. It's a dice for Las Vegas.
Wow. If you had to choose a tattoo for Mexico, which one would you pick?
Oof. I don't know. What's a really typical Mexican thing that's cool?
I think the typical thing, it could be either like a hat or a cactus. It's like the
Maybe
most
the
representative thing of Mexico, the
oh,
flag.
I like the
Tequila,
cactus.
a tequila
Yeah,
bottle,
it's a
it would be
cactus.
cool. Perfect. So, man, thank you so much. Anything that you want to say to your Mexican fans?
I hope to see you guys very soon. I love you, and let's do a baddest behavior in Mexico.
Let's do it. Thank you so much.
Let's do it.
Así que ya lo saben, no podemos esperar más para tener a Miau Pi aquí en México. Y mientras, seguimos aquí en Bits en punto 9, Total Music. ¡Woo!